So for those who don't know, I have a massive obsession with spreadsheets, stats, numbers, and all that kind of stuff. Which is why I've made a ton of videos about this spreadsheet in particular. This spreadsheet basically has all the Inazuma 11 stat totals for 1, 2, 3, Go 1, and Go Chrono Stones. Now I've made so many different kind of videos using this spreadsheet, but today I wanted to kind of make the ultimate video, which is basically going to be who is the strongest all-time player in the original trilogy. If we add up people's stats from each of the original trilogy games, which player reigns on top with the highest total stat total. So that's what today's quick video is going to be about. So we're going to be doing this in a top 5 format. So let's start off with number 5, and that is Axel Blaze. Axel Blaze is surprisingly weak in Inazuma 11-1, with only having a stat total of 861. In Inazuma 11-2, he's a bit stronger, 881, and then he's stronger more so in Inazuma 11-3, one of the strongest in the game with 716. Altogether, this gives him a total of 2,458, which makes him the 5th strongest player overall if you add up all the stats from the first 3 games, which is what we're doing. Obviously, it makes sense that Axel's here because, you know, he is the ace striker of Raimon, they're the main team, he's like the main striker, he's meant to be this big godlike figure, he's meant to be incredible, so yeah, makes sense he's here. Number 4, however, makes slightly less sense. Paul Peabody. I mean, sure. Paul Peabody is the same stat total in 1 and 2, that's 892. And in the third game, he's a bit weaker, 701 is his stat total, which makes him by far the weakest out of the top 5 in Inazuma 11-3. But for some reason, they decided that Paul Peabody needs to be stronger than Axel Blaze in 1 and 2, and so here he is. Obviously, Paul Peabody kind of starts off as a defender before slowly becoming more goalkeeper-esque. He's a short lad, you have to talk to him lots to convince him to join the team. He has green hair, I have to cosplay as him, I think, at some point. He just really has all the pieces to be the perfect player, which I guess is why he's so high up, and why he's considered one of the strongest all-time players in Inazuma 11. Sure. Number 3 is Mark Evans. Obviously, Mark Evans is the main character, so it makes sense he is going to be really, really strong. Despite that, though, he is weaker than Paul Peabody in Inazuma 11-1. Of course he is. In Inazuma 11-2, he is 917 as his total, so he is stronger than Peabody. And in Inazuma 11-3, he beats Axel by 1 point with 717. So luckily, Mark manages to do it. He manages to beat out the big unit Paul Peabody to claim his spot as one of the strongest Inazuma 11 goalkeepers of all time. Note I said one of, not the strongest. You'll see what I mean later on. But yeah, obviously with moves like God Hand, Margin the Hand, so on and so forth. I can't remember any other hand moves. Yeah, he's obviously going to be really strong. Come on, it's bloody Mark Evans, obviously. Number 2 is Jerome Sharp. Finishing off the big 3, if you will, of Axel, Mark, and Jude is Jude, who I guess has managed to come out as the strongest. Makes sense the way stat totals obviously work. It might benefit a player who's meant to be versatile like Jude, but here he is, the big tactician himself. Jude obviously reigns supreme in Inazuma 11-1 and 2 with really high stat totals. In Inazuma 11-3, he's a bit weaker than Mark and Axel, but still managed to beat out Paul Peabody, securing him at number 2 on the list. And obviously it makes sense. Fantastic player, really important player. His whole thing is strategy, his whole thing is dribbling, his whole thing is illusion balling. Yeah, it makes sense why he's so high up. Killer player, great player. But the strongest Inazuma 11 original trilogy player, when you add up all the stat totals, is Thomas Feld. For some reason, Brainwashing's goalkeeper is just beloved by these games. 900 in Inazuma 11-1, 900 in Inazuma 11-2, and 729 in Inazuma 11-3 dwarfs everyone else. So much better than everyone else in this list. He is fantastic, and he is truly the best player across all 3 games. No matter which game you're playing, Thomas Feld is a great bet to put on your team. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant goalie. And well, hopefully you enjoyed today's quick video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!